Hey everyone, factoring into today's video, we're going to have a look at weather next 8 to 10 days. In today's video, looks like we're going to be turning much more unsettled over the coming week to 10 days. I think we're going to be seeing autumnal conditions properly setting in from the weekend. So we're going to bring a cold front down on Friday, and after that low pressure will be taking over the pattern. Before I go on with the video, just talk about the advertising. There's links to articles sitting underneath weather video here on my homepage at gazwebbiz.com. If you click through the link, you'll go through and be able to read the article. Very interesting articles in there, so do check it out and see what that is all about. Also got the green keywords on some of the pages as well. If you roll your cursor over green keywords, they'll display ads, but if you click through words, you go to the advertising website and you'll be supporting gazwebbiz.com. Thanks for getting involved and doing that. So after the driest September on record, with the announcement from UK Met Office this morning, a little bit surprised about that. Wasn't expecting it to be as dry as 1959, when some places had no recorded measurable rain at all throughout the whole of September 1959 across eastern England. Wasn't aware it's quite that dry this September. Who am I to argue with the experts? In any case, it's been an exceptionally dry September, and it looks like the pattern is flipping really as we go through into October. So we're going to start off with the 500 millibar height anomaly flow charts. We've got the ECMWF over on the left, and the GFS is over on the right. 500 millibars, 80,000 feet, is an area in the atmosphere where high pressure and low pressure is being moved around by the jet stream running above. So for the next week to 10 days, which takes us to around the 10th of October, we've got this trough of low pressure in the 500 millibar flow on both the ECMWF and the GFS as well. Those blue colours indicating that it's a very unsettled spell coming up. The high pressure that's given us all the dry weather through September is off up to the northeast over Scandinavia and is going out into the Atlantic, reaching up to Greenland as well. So we're under a trough of low pressure, and the jet stream is digging southwards around that trough as well. If I just show you where the jet stream is, it's running through something like that. So we're on the cool side of the jet, under a trough of low pressure. That is proper autumnal conditions, and it will feel autumnal, I think, as we get through into the weekend and beyond into next week. These are the GFS temperature and precipitation anomalies, and we've got the red line here indicating the 30-year temperature average. We're going to be above average with the temperatures over the next week. As we get through to the weekend, we're going to find the temperatures dipping down below average, and we extend that out into next week. Actually, quite cool temperatures coming through then. But the main thing is all these precipitation spikes, lots and lots of rainfall spikes, starting from around the 4th of October onwards and going through the ensemble. Really wet spell being indicated there around the 7th, 8th and 9th of October. So going to be plenty of rainfall coming up over the weekend and into next week. Temperatures taking a tumble as well. Temperature anomalies for the coming week from the 30th of September to the 8th of October, showing going to be above average. This is skewered by the warm weather in the next 4 or 5 days. After that, temperature anomalies will be going probably a little bit below average for the first week to, let's say, the second week of October. The precipitation anomaly shows that we're going to be around average with precipitation, a little bit wetter in the north, a little bit drier in the south. Again, this is skewered by the next 3 or 4 days. This is the FATS chart for Friday, showing that we've got this active cold front coming down across the country. This is bringing the change to unsettled conditions as we get through into Friday, and then that comes southwards over the country Friday night and in Saturday, producing some quite heavy rain across many parts of the country. Once that's gone through, then we're into this much cooler autumnal type air mass. Here's the 546 line coming back across the country. This is sort of autumn really when you're within that green line just there. It's autumnal conditions. Remember, we had that around the country very often through August, during a very cool August. It's been absent, went to the north through most of September, but it's coming back as we get through into October. As I say, when you're within that green line, it's sort of autumnal conditions. The blue line up here, 528 line, that's winter, and that is lurking up towards Greenland and Iceland. Not yet ready to move southwards, but you'll be seeing more of that as we get through into the winter. So So here for generic charts, this is for GFS for Monday. We've got another area of low pressure then coming across the country. We take that band of rain through the country Friday into Saturday. Sunday may be a drier day, and then Monday this next area of low pressure comes in, producing wind and rain across the country. As we go through into Tuesday, day 8, a week away, low pressure to the northwest of Scotland, strong winds coming around that low pressure, tightly packed isobars with showers or longer spells of rain. Going through to midweek, Wednesday the 8th, and again the low pressure is dominating to the north of Scotland, bringing in these westerly winds. So very changeable conditions through the course of next week with showers and longer spells of rain. Get through to day 10, Friday the 10th. We tried to build a little bit of a ridge to the south, but it stays a numbered ridge because this next area of low pressure in the Atlantic is waiting in the wings, and that sweeps through as we get through into Saturday, taking more wind and rain across the country on Saturday the 11th of October. Very unsettled charts being seen by the GFS. The ECWF for a week's time, Tuesday 7th, shows low pressure dumbbelling around the country. That's a deep area of low pressure at 990 millibars, with showers and longer spells of rain rotating around that low pressure. Moving through to Wednesday the 8th, the low pressure to the west of Ireland, and we're spreading in another band of quite heavy rain northwards and eastwards across the country through the middle of next week. Day 10, Friday the 10th of October, again shows that low pressure to the north of Scotland, strong winds rotating around that low pressure. So we could get some gales perhaps across the northern western parts of the country, and also be some heavy rain as well. Notice also we're hinting at northern blocking here over Greenland. The yellow colours are showing high pressure is building over Greenland. That could start to pull some colder air down into that low pressure, and maybe that's where we'll have. But maybe that's sort of what we'll have to be watching out for where we may go as we get through into the second half of October. We might start to pull down some cold air. That's if the high pressure does set up over Greenland. The GEM finally rounds off a very changeable set of models today. Low pressure again is around the country in a week's time on Tuesday the 7th. So have a band of rain with showers following along behind from Monday into Tuesday. And then no change. We need to get through to day 10, Friday the 10th of October. But low pressure remaining in control. It's going to be windy. We've probably another band of rain coming through on that. And if we follow the low pressures back, we can see there's more low pressure waiting in the Atlantic. This one here and that one just there could well be moving our way as we get through beyond that period. So up to the middle of October, it could be staying pretty changeable and unsettled. So it's all changing, but where it's been very dry and warm for September. The changes on the way can happen Friday and Saturday, and then after that I think autumn well and truly setting in. That's it for now, and thanks for watching.